Hello everyone, I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. In the headlines, MP for Roseau Central Melissa Skerritt tells Carnival stakeholders a more aggressive marketing strategy of Dominica's Carnival to the French West Indies is imperative. Lead vocalist of TK International Wayne Benjamin says he embraces the opportunity as he takes up the appointment as Dominica's cultural ambassador. And a large virtual audience expected this weekend for the 11th Phenomenal Caribbean Women's Symposium. The details coming up.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
First up in the news, a call for a more aggressive marketing strategy of Dominica's Carnival to the French West Indies. Andrea Louis explains.
That's the proposition being put forth by Member of Parliament for the Roseau Central constituency, Melissa Skerritt. Skerritt told a Carnival stakeholders consultation that Dominica needs to better package its Carnival product for export to the French territories to see a greater tourist arrival to the island.
We believe that closer attention should be paid to our close markets, such as Guadeloupe and Martinique, because although our carnivals are right around the same time, we offer a completely different carnival experience. And as a band owner, I can safely say that over the past 5 years, we've seen a steady increase in the attendance of the French nationals. So I believe that we need to play a more aggressive role when it comes to marketing to these two countries.
The Roseau Central MP would also like to see the private sector incentivized into providing new ideas to give a facelift to the country's carnival product.
We would also suggest a greater investment from the government standpoint to help improve this product. Incentives should be offered to all stakeholders so that all will remain committed to creating an unequal carnival product. We need to market to our cruise ships. Every Carnival Tuesday, there is a cruise ship at the port. If we start to market to them months in advance, they could come off the ship with their costumes, partake in our carnival, and end at 6 o'clock.
Mrs. Skerritt also called for an end to company rivalry during the carnival season so that all could benefit from the revenue being generated at that time.
We truly believe that exclusive sponsorship, and this is something that is debatable, but exclusive sponsorship among competing firms really hinders organizers and stakeholders from participating fully. The exclusivity is not the case in other islands, and I believe that this is an area that should be re-evaluated because it works both ways. It will benefit the sponsor because your product, your logo will be showcased on multiple bands, as well as the band owner because you can get more sponsorship that way.
The aim of the consultation was to develop a task force which would review the recommendations to enhance Dominica's carnival product in 2022 and beyond.
Lead singer of TK International Wayne Benjamin, Benji N2O, has been appointed as Dominica's latest cultural ambassador. Honorable Edward Regis outlines some of the reasons behind the appointment.
On Tuesday this week, Cabinet approved the appointment of Mr. Wayne Benjamin, better known as Mr. Benji N2O, as Cultural Ambassador of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Cultural ambassadors are distinguished individuals carefully selected from various fields, including art, literature, science, entertainment, sports, and other fields of public endeavor who have agreed to promote Dominica's culture, nature, people, and avenues for continued development. Having been bestowed this prestigious title by the President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, these prominent personalities volunteer their time and talent to the cause worldwide. From the year 2001, Mr. Benjamin has toured extensively representing Dominica. Of course, he specializes in the bouillon music genre, and he also is a prominent member of the well-known Triple K International Band here in Dominica. In 2009, he placed first runner-up in the OECS Soca Monarch competition, which was held in St. Lucia. And in 2008 and again in 2009, he was afforded the title of Unofficial People's Road Match in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. At every opportunity, Mr. Benjamin has promoted his country and its people. Cultural representation at this level holds tremendous opportunity for Dominica as a tourism and cultural destination. In addition, a cultural ambassador could assist in mobilizing resources to assist in Dominica's development. Mr. Benjamin has also been engaged in various mentorship activities focusing on the youth and underprivileged. He is deeply involved in community activism, which led him to become a member of the Focole Development Committee, and he's also currently a sitting member of the Roseau City Council. Mr. Benjamin is seen as a true patriot, one with a desire to make a difference in his community and country. So I have outlined a number of reasons why Mr. Benjamin was selected to be appointed as the cultural ambassador, and that title is being bestowed on him effective 1st of February 2021, and will run for 2 years in the first instance. Therefore, I take this opportunity to congratulate Mr. Wayne Benjamin, and of course, all of us look forward to his representation as cultural ambassador for the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Dominica's latest entertainer to receive an appointment as cultural ambassador to the Commonwealth of Dominica says he has been preparing for this for some time now. The lead vocalist of TK International, Wayne Benjamin, Benji N2O, spoke to Channel 5 News about the new appointment, which takes effect the 1st of February.
I believe for the past 5 years or more, I have been shaping up for such responsibilities. Appointed ambassador or not, I have been doing what I have to do, you know, to ensure that Dominica music and its culture be outside and, you know, further the international market, the world by extension. But of course, a change in my routine, no, I don't think so. I accept new challenges, and the work for me has just begun.
Is this the sort of thing you always wanted to do in terms of representing your country at this level? We know you've done quite a bit in terms of your travels overseas, and each time you go, obviously you're representing your country.
Yes, of course, I have dreamt of days like this. Like everybody else, you know, this day has arrived for me, and, you know, I welcome it. Of course, nonetheless, I have the responsibility, you know, to represent Dominica and our culture everywhere I go, and I try myself to carry my you know, myself at the utmost best, you know, whereas that Dominica receives the representation that it needs, you know, especially when you travel to places like Belgium, England, France, you know, a wide range of these countries do not know where Dominica is. And, you know, when you speak of Dominica at such level, people do feel elated and want to come visit, you know. So that's the job that has been bestowed upon me, I believe, from birth. And, you know, given further responsibility now, I believe it will come to fruition and what it should be.
Benji says he's proud to have carried Dominica's flag around the world.
Carrying Dominica's flag, you know, brings so much joy and warmth to people's heart abroad that, you know, you really want to express yourself a little more and let them know where is Dominica and what Dominica is. You know, boast of your 365 rivers, the second largest boiling lake in the world, and, you know, of your Cicero parrot and all the great dishes that you have, you know, and not just the music, but the warmth and embrace of our people. You know, you just feel so elated in doing so.
Community service is nothing new to Benji. He is on his community's development committee and on the Roseau City Council.
I've been involved in a lot of community work, especially in Fonkole, where I'm from, working with the youth. Of course, I've done a lot of mentorship programs with the youth at the youth division and so on, and all across the island, not just in Fonkole, where I'm from. Being a mentor for me is something I deeply appreciate. The fact that there are others looking up to me and that I could give sound advice to them and encourage them in their daily life, how to go about doing things. I mean, none of us is not perfect, but we all need a mentor at some point, and I'm happy that I could be mentoring a few of them. Of course, I would not like to call them underprivileged, but it is the reality, and it is what it is. But, you know, I do my best to help, and anytime I can, I'm always available and willing to help others, you know, not fortunate as I am.
A challenge to the country's youth to become agents of change in Dominica and the region. The call from Chief Youth Development Officer John Roach while addressing the recent inauguration of the executive of the National Youth Council. Roach says the country's youth must take up their responsibility as being leaders of effective change for future generations.
Creativity, passion, and participation are critical elements of strong leadership. With the changing environment, our youth must lead the way in national and regional development. Therefore, we must position our youth leaders in Dominica to be change agents in the Caribbean. The future of the Caribbean is in the hearts, minds, and hands of our youth. Despite the common perception of youth as a burden and cost to the state, the youth are in fact the most invaluable resource of a country. And they have been making significant contributions to development of the region.
The Chief Youth Development Officer reiterated the call for the Youth Parliament as another avenue through which young people can share their views on matters of importance to them.
Young people need the opportunity to have their voices heard and to be included in the decision-making process. How much weight do the views of young people have on influencing policies and legislation on debatable issues which speak to the economic and social development of the country? Hence the need for the installation of a youth parliament, which is an integral element of the constitution of the National Youth Council of Dominica, where the young people of Dominica can participate in shaping the social and political landscape of the society in which they envision.
Roach reassured the youth that strides are being made at the higher levels to bring positive change and development for the younger generation.
The Youth Development Division, in collaboration with the National Youth Council of Dominica and the Commonwealth Secretariat, spent 6 months and tremendous resources in 2016 to craft a comprehensive and contemporary national youth policy for Dominica, which was subsequently submitted in January 2017. The Youth Development Division and the National Youth Council also developed and submitted a comprehensive proposal about 4 years ago for the establishment of the Dominica National Youth Ambassadors Corps. I am hoping that these 2 policy documents will be given some consideration in the not too distant future.
You are watching Channel 5 News. We'll have more after this.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid. But there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
The 11th Phenomenal Caribbean Women's Symposium to get underway this weekend. Here is Andrea Louis with more.
Amid the COVID-19 health protocols, CEO of VF Inc. and founder of the symposium, Dr. Valda Henry, has gone ahead to host this event at the Cabriz Resort and Spa Kempinski in Portsmouth. Dr. Henry says this 11th edition of the symposium is extremely important for the future of the conference, as the symposium had come under heavy review last year.
I knew then, as well as many of the participants in the audience, felt the shift. That Phenomenal Caribbean Women's Symposium had to move from not just an annual event with some quarterly follow-ups, but a movement to truly help to address some of the vulnerable situations and persons in our society. And so the idea for the Phenomenal Caribbean Women Foundation was born. And so this being the first Phenomenal Caribbean Women, this first opportunity for Phenomenal Caribbean Women Symposium, following that revelation, deep in my spirit, I felt it was something we had to do.
Due to the social distancing rules, the venue will accommodate 85 participants. Henry, who had planned to use an online platform even before the COVID-19 pandemic hit, is optimistic to reach a much larger audience via this medium.
And then you know what happened if COVID lockdown, Zoom in, the Zoom just went out of the stratosphere and all kind of virtual platforms. And so this year, because we recognize much more than 50 persons, and now 80 persons would want to be part of this symposium. And so we have this virtual platform that we will be able to reach persons worldwide. Unlimited seats available on the virtual platform. So, and again, we are encouraged by the number of virtual registrants we already have.
6 guest speakers are carded for this year's Phenomenal Caribbean Women Symposium, and Henry says the online platform will be used to facilitate 2 guest speakers and an innovative idea.
And this year, we're introducing a new feature, a co-host with me, to manage the proceedings. So our guest speakers are Dr. Hazel Shillingford-Ricketts, Mrs. Vernice Bellony, Mrs. Gloria Shillingford, and Colin XP out of Dominica. Out of Trinidad and Tobago, we have Mrs. Karen Greaves, and out of Bahamas, we have Miss Erin Brown. Our co-host this year is Miss Simone Bowie out of the Bahamas. And so our speakers from from Trinidad and the Bahamas, as well as the co-host, will be doing their presentation virtually.
The 11th Phenomenal Caribbean Women's Symposium, scheduled for Saturday, 30th January, will be hosted under the theme, What You Conceive, You Can Achieve, because God has the power to deliver what He promises. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
The World Health Organization says total eradication is not how it would define success in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Executive Director of the World Health Organization Health Emergencies Program, Dr. Michael Ryan, says it's unrealistic to expect that vaccines will entirely eliminate COVID-19. However, they will help return life to normal.
There's always a risk that any disease will become endemic to human populations. In fact, that is the history of epidemic diseases in humans. We very often are affected in the first waves of a new infection with high-impact epidemics. They've gone back through history. Very often the disease, and this is a sad fact, that the disease in historical terms very often killed many, many people. And then as the disease moved into younger people, as older people became immune, the only new susceptibles were in younger kids as they were born. And that's why we've seen many diseases become diseases of childhood, because in effect the diseases have moved into those age groups and continued to kill over centuries. The issue for us in terms of looking at endemicity regarding a disease like COVID is that there are a number of factors that would allow us to believe that such a disease could be eradicated. However, there's a number of factors right now that we face, and there are headwinds. One is the absolute presence of the disease in so many countries, the fact that we're not seemingly able to implement comprehensive long-term measures to contain and control the disease.
Dr. Ryan says the coverage of the vaccine will not reach the point where it will stop transmission of the virus.
The advantage we have right now, based on the targets that the vaccine has in terms of its efficacy, is we can significantly and very, very greatly reduce mortality, reduce severe illness, reduce the impact this has in our societies and on our loved ones and on those who are most vulnerable. And in that sense, we can return to normal life. Will this disease continue to transmit? Most likely for a long time. Unless we find the kind of compliance and the kind of vaccine coverage that would be required to achieve that. If vaccine coverage lags behind, particularly in younger adults, then yes, we will struggle to eradicate this disease. But remember, we've only ever eradicated one disease on this planet, smallpox. And we're struggling against polio, and we're struggling to eliminate measles. So the availability of a vaccine, the availability of the will to eradicate or eliminate, does not guarantee success. So I don't believe we should start setting elimination or eradication of this virus as the bar for success. That is not the bar for success. The bar for success is reducing the capacity of this virus to kill, to put people in hospital, to destroy our economic and social lives. We have to reach a point where we're in control of the virus. The virus is not in control of us, and that we have countermeasures in place that keep the capacity of this virus to cause harm to a minimum level, and we are back in control. I would look at that as success. If we look to eradication as the measure of success, I think we're going to struggle.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, a look at the headlines again. MP for Rosa Central Melissa Skerritt tells Carnival stakeholders a more aggressive marketing strategy of Dominica's Carnival to the French West Indies is imperative. Lead vocalist of TK International, Wayne Benjamin, says he embraces the opportunity as he takes up the appointment as Dominica's cultural ambassador. And a large virtual audience expected for this weekend's 11th Phenomenal Caribbean Women's Symposium. You may access the news on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching. Join us tomorrow.